Okay, so in this video I want to address two strange little things that could happen when you're solving equations, right? So let's take a look at this problem example. Solve. And we have 6 minus 2x equals to 9 minus 8x plus 6x. So we go about this problem like we would. We want to simplify both sides first on their own. No fractions, of course, so there's nothing, we don't have to go there. So the left side is pretty simplified. The right side does have two like terms here, so I'm going to go ahead and combine those. And then once we get there, we like to gather our variables, and so I'm going to try to take everybody to the left side. So I'm going to add 2x, add 2x. Right? And so when I do that, something very, very bizarre happens. And many students, don't like this situation. They think they've done something wrong, and you haven't. If you've done the math right, this is what the problem ends up being. Well, this, first of all, these two things, right? One, variables have cancelled out. And two, 6 equals 9 is not true. Okay, it's a false statement. So what's going on here? Well, what's going on here is that this particular equation has no solution. So if you get this situation, if you arrive at this situation, know what that means. This means there is no solution, right? So the problem was solve, find a value for x that works, and the answer is, unfortunately, we can't find one. There is no solution. Now, there's a second situation that could arise. And let's take a look at that one. Solve. And let's say we had the problem 2x plus 4 equals to 4x plus 3 minus 2x plus 5. So again, let's start by simplifying the two sides. So over here on the left side, we're going to distribute. And the right side, we can combine some like terms. So those two can be combined. And I get 2x. And then 3 and 5 can be combined. And I get 8. Now, anytime I get an equation where once I simplify the sides, the variables are the same, like 2x and 2x in this particular problem, I know something strange is about to happen, right? So still, let's go ahead and take the variables to one side. So I'm going to try to make the variables from the right side disappear. Well, when I try to do that, the variables from the left side also disappear, as you can see. And I get 8 equals 8. Well, in this situation, let's see. 1, variables have cancelled, just like before. But there is a slightly different statement here. It's saying 8 equals 8 is a true statement. Right? So what does that mean? So if this happens, well, it turns out that if that happens, that you have an infinite number of solutions, right? Infinite number of solutions. meaning any number works. Every number you can think of works. So, how do you answer this question? You answer this by saying all real numbers. So x can be any number it wants to be. All real numbers work. So in the previous one there was no solution. In this one all real numbers work, right? So you have to remember to make sure you interpret your answer. Don't just leave it like this. Make sure you write what it means. Also, one of the biggest mistakes I see students do on these problems is they just don't believe that this can happen. And so they'll subtract the 2x from the right side and it goes away, but they'll somehow write a 1x on the left side because they think, can't have happened. Don't do that. If the variables cancel, the variables cancel. Don't second guess yourself. Check your work, but don't think you've done something wrong automatically. Okay? All right. With that, I think we've covered all the equation solving situations. Make sure you look at the videos and do your homework.